You are here because the Law Society has asked me, as its staff solicitor, to investigate a serious complaint concerning your practice.
I knew I wasn't here to polish the President's medals. Why you? What happened to the panel of independent solicitors?
All 7 declined. They claimed previous dealings. You must have friends.
I prefer enemies. Saves on Christmas cards.
Now, facetiousness won't help.
It might. On with the motley.
Not here, if you please.
Anywhere I like. Get one thing clear, Mr. Howard. Most of the people who sit in this chair when the Law Society puts the microscope on them are villains, incompetents, or muddlers. I'm none of these.
We shall see. I take it you've received a copy of the complaint?
Even recorded delivery works sometimes.
A complaint from a fellow solicitor first. Mr. Simon Rimsey. Quote, I act for FCD Haulage of Shelborough. One of their drivers, George Albert Duncan, was prosecuted recently for causing the death by dangerous and drunken driving of the wife and son of a qualified solicitor, David Maine. The driver was acquitted of this charge largely because a member of Maine's staff, Walter Clegg...
Now an ex-member.
Walter Clegg stole the duplicate sample of blood taken from Duncan when he was arrested and to which Duncan was entitled for independent analysis. As your records will show, Clegg was convicted of this offence at Shelborough Magistrates' Court. In my professional opinion, the conduct of Maine's firm and the personal involvement of Maine himself should be investigated with a review to disciplinary proceedings. I am bringing this complaint personally rather than on behalf of client. So seriously do I regard Maine's conduct as being a grave disservice to the entire profession.
Which holy private pulpit did he borrow to write that from, I wonder?
And your reply to this?
Remains the same, no comment.
David, you could be struck off.
Still no comment.
Which is stupid.
No, a lawyer's answer, thought about for 2 days. Your job's to investigate, find evidence, see if there's enough to haul me up for the chop. Your job. Don't expect me to help you.
Very well. You will have received notice that the Society's investigating accountant will be in your office to examine your books tomorrow at 9:30.
In case you can add embezzlement as well. Oh, well, they're the rules. I can't stop you. I'll have the quill pen sharpened and count the stamps. And now I have an important client to see while I'm still in business.
David, I'm sorry. About this. Your wife. Everything.
Why? Sorrows for human beings. We're talking about the law.
I heard the boy genius is in trouble. But that's nothing new. I could use his flash-harry tactics on this job.
No, I don't see that, Lord Arkwright. Still seems strange to call you Lord Arkwright.
Margaret, there's a funny class of people being made life peers these days.
Well, at least you got yours for philanthropy, not politics. Should make for interesting coat of arms.
I tried that. I wanted the old Yorkshire motto, brasso intacto infisto. The College of Errors turned me down.
Sorry I'm late.
I've heard you say that a few times. How are you, David?
Well, not too bad, considering. Thank you. Well, what can we do for you?
I'll send you the papers.
I'm still puzzled.
You needn't be. Could we get her in?
Yes.
A 44-year-old man called Ernest Brockford died in a fire. He was the only casualty.
There's an accident. They happened.
Ernest Brockford didn't die because of an accident or a fire. He died because he was deaf. Oh, Mrs. Brockford. This is Mr. David Maine.
How do you do, Mrs. Brockford?
How do you do?
Sit down, please.
Well, would you tell Mr. Maine about your husband's death?
It was a Saturday. Saturday afternoon, he was in the betting shop. He didn't gamble much, just for interest, and because he could watch it on the television. He could read the results on that. I was with him.
and it's 5-1 vote. Under orders Lonnock, in the bets, 11-2, number 13, Hawley. And they're off, they're running Lonnock at 3:34.
I'm going down to the shops. I'll be back in half an hour.
Is committed to the end of the first.
Mind your back, then. Let the dog see the rabbit.
He can't hear you. He's deaf.
Sorry, love.
Machine Lonnock away in third. These three are followed by Takeda, Philip on the outside. You'll ring behind them. Rising Floyd shows and then cleared up Love in May. Silver Shoe close up in the third.
There was a little room at the side Ernest always used to use, especially on big race days when there was all sorts of shoving and pushing. I know that's where he was.
Did you tell them about, afterwards?
I'd only been gone 20 minutes. Then I went back to Eversley's. That's the betting shop.
Get that cash box and get out of here! And you, Jane, come along. And somebody come out the back. Right, and hurry! Leave that, come on, man! Come on,
13 to 8, number 5, Red Lever.
Yes!
Have you seen my husband?
No, sorry, love.
Is anybody still in there? Where is he?
There's nobody in there. Nobody at all, love. Don't worry. He'll be all right. He'll have gone home.
Are you sure? Can't somebody go in there?
If there's anybody in there, look, we'll find him.
Don't worry. I was the last one in there. He'll be all right. He'll have gone home. Don't worry.
I ran home. He wasn't there. Then they put the fire out and found him. The bookmaker came to see me. He said they'd rung alarm bells and he'd shouted and everything. There wasn't much use telling him Ernest couldn't hear them.
Your husband was totally deaf, Mrs. Brockford.
Yes, sir.
How long had he been deaf?
About 3 years. He was going hard of hearing before that, about 5 years ago. Because of the job, you see.
And what job was that?
He was in the foundry, the press shop at Barsides.
Heavy engineering.
Whilst he was hard of hearing, did he take medical advice?
No.
Why not?
Well, it was the job, you see. It was the sort of job you knew would make you a bit deaf because of the noise.
There's a pub on the corner next to the works. They call it the Lip Reader's Arms. Half the customers are stone deaf and nobody seems to bother. It's the price you pay for making a living. If Ernest Brockford had still had his hearing, he'd still be alive. And that's what I want you to do something about.
Nothing anybody can do.
Mr. Clegg, you're under no compulsion to make a statement. You realize that?
I know that. I was around solicitors' offices for long enough, even if I am on the legal blacklist now.
No, it's hardly that. Please.
Well, call it what you like. You still won't let me work for a lawyer.
And you realize, too, that the facts concerning your involvement came out in Magistrate's Court?
Most of them, yes. I'm here to tell you the rest. I pleaded guilty because I committed a crime. No, thanks. Fact one. I committed that crime because I had reason to believe, and still believe, that a crooked analyst up at Sheldrake is taking money for switching blood samples. 2 or 3 good policemen agree with me, but nobody can prove it. Fact two. At no time did my employer, Mr. David Maine, know what I was doing or connive at any part of it.
Would you be prepared to swear to this under oath in a witness box?
If David Maine says so, yes.
Only if. I'd think about it, Mr. Clegg. Loyalty's admirable, but perjury is against the law.
Goodbye, Mr. Brock. Well, Lord Arkwright?
Lord Arkwright, Charles, if you don't mind, Dave. We've known each other long enough. And the noble Handel still has me looking over my shoulder. Get my chauffeur, will you?
Ask Lord Arkwright's chauffeur to come in, would you, please? All right, who do you want me to sue?
Barside Engineering, who else?
On what grounds?
They made Ernest Brockford deaf, then he died. Oh, thanks, Harry. Put it on there, will you? Oh, listen to this.
There is sweet music here that softer lies than tired eyelids upon tired eyes.
I used to know the feeling.
That's normal, about 35 decibels. It's the Grand Prix at Le Mans. 90 decibels. And that's the noise that Ernest Brockford worked in for 7 years. 112 decibels. The secret police use 150 to torture people. There's not much difference, is there?
Not for me, no. That's already painful.
The suit you're wearing, bits of the car I've left outside, the aeroplane you catch back to London tonight, they're all made by people who spend their lives working in the sort of noise you've just heard.
Oh, I just can't believe that.
Check the figures, love. Out of an industrial working force of about 6.5 million people, you've got close on 600,000 working in noise like that. 10%. And it's anybody's guess how many of them will end up stone deaf. Or near enough.
You want to do something about it. Socially desirable, also very expensive, if we got a case.
What do you mean, if?
You're talking working conditions, I'm talking law.
Start on it, then.
Margaret, will you get the details for a full statement from Mrs. Brockford? Have it typed out. Then whiz over to young Lochinvar, or whatever his name is. You know the council, I mean, in personal injury chambers. Stand over him while he settles the pleadings and affidavit. Take her to a commissioner for oaths. Not your sort, Charles. Get her to swear it. Then find a High Court judge and talking him into giving you leave to issue this writ yesterday.
What's all the rush about?
We're fighting the calendar as well as Barside Engineering. Brockford should have sued when he first went deaf. If he's left it 3 years, he's up against the statute of limitations. And the only noise you'll hear will be a judge throwing the case out.
Proper little ray of sunshine today, aren't you?
I'm just dealing with the slim legal facts I've got, if I got any at all.
Look, Brockford was deaf and he died because of it. That's got to be wrong.
Only if the law says so.
I recently wrote a letter of complaint to you.
Which is being investigated, Mr. Rimsey.
Then Maine will be disciplined.
If my investigation reveals sufficient evidence.
What did Maine say about it?
David Maine has no comment to make.
What further proof of guilt or involvement do you want?
We require evidence. No comment is not evidence, it is absence of evidence.
My God, you London boys certainly stick together. The metropolitan glue pot.
Mr. Rimsey, I was articled in Stamford. The family home is still there. Fortunately, I have managed to leave my provincial prejudices where they belong. Behind me. Now, the purpose of this visit, please.
To help your investigation, I made inquiries of private analysts in the area. A man answering Clegg's description took a blood sample to this laboratory. I suggest you ascertain who paid for the analysis. I take it you're having Maine's accounts investigated.
That does not concern you.
I've written down dates. Blood's a very perishable commodity.
You seem to want Maine's badly enough. Thank you, Mr. Rimsey.
Goodbye.
Yes, get me the accountant examining David Maine's books, would you please? Thank you.
Hello, Henry.
Oh, good evening, David. May I have a glass of sherry?
Come on, Henry. You know it's only kept here for you.
I've just come from the Law Society. No one there seemed anxious to offer drink, or even be seen drinking with me.
I know. They sent the affidavit requiring me to attend disciplinary proceedings by messenger this afternoon. I was contagious the minute it landed on the desk.
We both were. In my submission, these facts constitute conduct unbefitting a solicitor, in that the respondent, David Maine, condoned the commission of a criminal offence by a member of his staff.
Did the grapevine work fast enough for us to know who'll be on the disciplinary committee?
Oh, yes. D'Aberville made a point of it.
The only vulture I know is striped trousers. Anyway, who?
Jeremy Donovan.
The oxygen tent, because he doesn't breathe normal air. Opens his mouth twice a year to throw the book at the defendant.
He's not an easy man.
Who else?
Douglas Waller. He's very well regarded.
Yeah, for his educational good works. More trouble. I'll be a delinquent sixth former, slung out and put on the first train for the good of the old school.
The chairman is Rufus Mansfield.
Oh, they've really set it up, haven't they? That's a hanging committee if ever I heard one.
Yes, I'm afraid it is. David, there is one question I must ask.
Don't ask it.
We must find the best available counsel. You must plead guilty. It's the only straightforward thing to do, legally and morally.
No, Henry, I'm going to fight it.
David, if you fight this case and lose, you not only make striking off certain, you make any reinstatement also out of the question.
I'm still going to fight it, and I'm not going to use counsel. If they want to chop me, they're going to have to find the evidence. Every piece of evidence they try to produce, I'll try to demolish. I won't crawl in there on my knees. I'll walk in as a lawyer.
Now, David, as your partner and as your friend, I must remind you again of my reservations concerning your present judgment. Admit the offence. Let me act for you. How can anyone expect a man who has just lost his wife and child to behave rationally? One lapse, one error, human, forgivable.
Yes, I know that, Henry, but I'm still a lawyer. And human fallibility is not a lawyer's defense. And the law's all I know. It's all I've got. Henry, I know what the stakes are, and I know the risks. I'll know what I'll become when they take away that certificate to practice. If they take it away. I'll be a brain surgeon with shaky hands. I'll be nothing. What will I do? How will I live? God's name, what will I even think about? How long is it since your premises were inspected for compliance with the safety regulations by the appropriate authorities?
3 months.
At the time of the fire, were you satisfied the premises had been cleared?
I was the last out. I'm sure I was. I was choking on the pavement for 5 minutes.
Mr. Eversley, did you know the deceased, Ernest Brockford?
Not by name. I'd seen him several times.
Did you speak to him?
I might have done. I tried to talk to everybody.
Now try to remember, Mr. Eversley. Yes or no? Think about it.
No.
Thank you, Mr. Eversley.
That will be all. Before you retire to consider your verdict, gentlemen of the jury, on the regrettable fact of Ernest Brockford's death, I would like to comment on the diligence and care shown by all concerned in minimizing what could have been a much more serious incident.
Mr. Maine, I'm James Ogmore. I act for Barside Engineering. I'd like a word with Mrs. Brockford about the welfare arrangements.
Of course. Mrs. Brockford, this is Mr. Ogmore who'd like a word with you.
Thank you. Mrs. Brockford, I hope this doesn't take up too much of your time.
Yes. Yes, I'll see Mr. Maine gets the message from the Law Society right away. Well, I'll go myself.
The verdict of this inquest on Ernest Brockford is accidental death. May I express My condolences to the widow and family.
I've set up an appointment with the welfare officer for you. There's a small pension to talk about, and we run a special emergency fund if you need money to tide you over.
Mr. Eversley? Are you legally represented here?
No. Why should I be? You are the coroner.
I would like you then to accept service of this writ claiming damages for causing the death of Ernest Brockford by negligence.
You can't do that.
I just did.
I don't want him. What are you playing at? I want Barside Engineering.
Charles. Can I have 10 minutes of your time when it's convenient, Mr. Maine? Mrs. Brockford's still a little too upset to understand. You'll be settling the estate, and we're looking into the insurance cover.
Fine. Royal, 12:30?
Much obliged, thank you.
One round of drinks had better not go on my expenses.
Only if it's justified.
David, there's a message from the London office. Would you ring Stephen Howard at the Law Society immediately?
I will indeed.
Sounds hopeful. Even a reprieve. Proceedings cancelled.
Could be. Thanks, Margaret.
I hope he's not losing his grip. I hired him because he used to be the best legal music hall act in the business. I had to juggle 94 problems and never drop one. Miss Brockford.
No, Mr. Maine, there is no change. Well, I did leave a message last week. Perhaps that's the one you've just received. No, there's nothing further. The disciplinary proceedings are tomorrow, and I shall see you there.
Thank you.
Walter.
Miss Castleton?
What are you doing here? I mean, you're not supposed to.
He's working for me.
No, what as?
It says security consultant on the wages sheet.
Why?
Don't ask me. It was David's idea.
Hello, Walter. David.
Well, good news.
No change, no hope. Last week's message list.
Drink?
In quantity.
That's just arrived. I'll get some more. Usual?
Aye. Then some explanations. Nobody told you to sue Eversley?
Charles, you sign the checks, but my client and my responsibility is Mrs. Brockford. She's the one who went home from the funeral to an empty bed. She's the one with 2 boys to bring up and the rent to pay.
What about Barside?
There's nothing to stop you suing 2 parties at once. 3 if you like. Want to take on the jockey club? Watch. Mr. Ogmore, please sit down.
Thank you, Margaret.
Hello.
It's not very good news, I'm afraid. Our insurance policies don't cover employee accidents outside working hours. The pension won't be much either. His widow's going to find it difficult.
Not necessarily. I would like you to accept service of this writ on behalf of your client, Barside Engineering, claiming damages for causing the deafness of Ernest Brockford. I think it caused his death. We'll be in touch, Charles. I've got to get back to London. Margaret?
Luck?
Are you supporting this action, Lord Arkwright?
I think you'll find that the writ is issued on behalf of Mrs. Brockford.
Who has about £35 in the bank. This action could cost a lot of money, and she doesn't have a lot of money. Certainly not enough to pay if she loses.
But she won't lose. Not according to David Maine.
From what I hear, he may not be around to find out.
The allegation, sir, is that the respondent, David Maine, condoned the theft from a police station of a blood sample by one of his employees. To this offence, the employee, a clerk, Walter Clegg, pleaded guilty, was fined and given a suspended prison sentence. I shall call as witnesses the station sergeant, who will testify that Clegg misrepresented himself as working for another firm of solicitors, a subterfuge which resulted in his obtaining the blood sample in question. I will call Mr. Simon Rimsey, solicitor, who is the complainant against the respondent, David Maine. I shall introduce testimony from the private analyst in whose laboratory the stolen sample was subsequently examined. I shall call Detective Chief Superintendent James Cosgrove, who will testify as to the accident whose result was the unfortunate death of David Maine's wife and son, and around which these allegations centre.
Sorry to trouble you. Were you in Eversley's other shop the day it caught fire?
Still coughing.
Did you see the fellow that died?
Yeah, I bumped into him reaching for a slip. Morton Jeff, wasn't he?
Yes, he was deaf.
It's funny, most of them bet in that scruffy hole next to Lip Reader's Arms.
Who's most of them?
Barside blokes. I run a cafe across the road from Works. Specialise in bacon sandwiches and shouting.
Why do you come down here?
No quibbles, no arguments. No fancy arithmetic on place money. Everybody's a good bookie.
Had you seen the fellow that died before?
Seen him, yeah. Not to talk to, of course. Joke.
I wonder why people think deafness is funny. Do you think Eversley knew him?
Take odds on it. William knows everybody. Makes a point of it.
Do you think he knew he was deaf?
I should think so. Why don't you ask him? Look, I've got a Yankee to work out. With a milk float brigade going today, it'll take real study. Do you mind?
Sorry to have kept you.
Thank you, Mr. Rimsey.
Mr. Maine? Mr. Rimsey, have we ever met from opposite sides of the professional fence?
Occasionally. Mainly when you were acting for your late wife's father. Or insurance cases.
Occasionally? 7 times, in fact. You lost each time.
Are you implying malice?
I'm implying nothing. I'm stating fact. Will you tell me, Mr. Rimsey, when you complained to the Law Society about my conduct?
March 14th.
The day Clegg was found guilty. Hardly a complaint based on mature reflection, I would have thought.
Is that a question, Mr. Maine?
No, Mr. Rimsey. It is a conclusion which we shall ignore.
Did you follow up your letter of complaint with any other action?
I went to see the solicitor of the Law Society.
Why?
Concern for the standards of the legal profession.
I see. So this complaint was brought personally rather than on behalf of client?
It was.
The client being FCD Haulage, whose employee you were defending on a charge of causing death by dangerous and drunken driving.
And that's already been stated.
On how many occasions during the last year have you acted for FCD Haulage on charges of drunken driving?
2 or 3, I'm not sure.
Then I'll tell you, the number is 5. All involving the same analyst department. Were any of these drivers convicted?
No.
Is the owner of FCD Joseph Farrell?
Yes.
Are you aware of the number of minor traffic infractions, Ministry of Transport requirements and so on, as well as more serious charges brought against his firm during the last year?
Not in detail.
It totals 37. You've acted in all of these. Are you aware of Farrell's reputation in police circles?
That does not concern this issue or this committee. It is totally irrelevant.
Mr. Rimsey, you will allow this committee to decide what is or is not relevant. On this occasion, I agree with you.
Without hearing the conclusion, sir, I would have thought the character and record of a client for whom Mr. Rimsey's undoubted and public probity allows him to act would have been most relevant. But that is a personal opinion, as Mr. Rimsey's complaint against me is personal.
There are 3 or 4 dozen betting shops in this town. I run the sub-best. No drunks, no layabouts.
Reputation, William. Your father had the same.
Look where it got me. Accused of letting somebody die. What did I ever do to you?
Nothing.
Then why are you bringing this case? You know what it'll do to my business.
I'm not bringing it. Mrs. Brockford is.
She wouldn't have brought it without you.
Not me. David Maine.
Thank you, Mr. Rimsey. I call Miss Margaret Castleton.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
You are Miss Margaret Castleton, partner in the firm of Castleton and Maine Leeds, and a partner of the respondent, David Maine, in that practice?
I am. I would like to state to this committee my extreme disquiet at the fact that as a partner of the respondent, I've been called as a witness. It is both improper and discourteous, and I intend to make the strongest possible representations to the Council of the Law Society.
Now, that is your privilege, Miss Castleton. Meanwhile, you will give the evidence required of you.
Do you now produce a check made out to Edenham Laboratories?
I do.
Do you recognize the signature on that check?
I do.
Is it that of your partner, David Maine?
It is.
Did you know that that check was in respect of a sample of blood analyzed by Edenham Laboratories on behalf of David Maine's London practice?
I did not. I can verify only the signature.
Thank you, Miss Castleton.
Mr. Maine?
Yes, I think so. Miss Castleton, how many checks have you seen like this?
Hundreds.
How trustworthy do you consider my chief cashier, the man who makes out these checks for my signature?
Completely trustworthy, as do the accountants, who sign the certificate of audit seen by the Law Society every year.
You will confine yourself to answering questions, Miss Castleton.
With respect, sir, I am here unwillingly and I am not on trial, nor will I be treated like a schoolgirl.
I don't see where this disclosure of the accounting procedure normal in a solicitor's office is leading us.
Then I will tell you, sir. Miss Castleton, is it true to your knowledge that I sign up to 25 checks a day on the office account, and the fact that they've been submitted by my chief cashier is sufficient for my signature? That I examine neither account nor payee unless the check is for a substantial amount?
It is.
Are you saying, Miss Castleton, that Mr. Maine did not know for whom this check was intended? Did not, in fact, read it? I find that a trifle glib.
Can you name the payee and the reason for the last 10 checks you signed in your practice? No. Then I submit you should not expect other equally highly paid solicitors to waste time checking odd pennies on the office cleaner's bill.
That remark is improper and offensive, Mr. Maine. I will excuse it only in the light of your recent tragic personal circumstances.
And that is the last factor I wish to be taken into account. This hearing is private. So is my grief. Thank you, Miss Castleton.
Have you any further witnesses, Mr. Howard?
No, sir. That is the Law Society's case.
Gentlemen, I shall call no evidence. These proceedings are being conducted by a committee. The word, like all legal words, was chosen carefully. Committee. Yet it still has connotations of church halls, well-meaning citizens gathering informally in the evening to raise funds for table tennis equipment for the youth club. A coziness, domesticity. This is not so here. The rules laid down by Parliament for the very existence of this committee insist that the standard of proof and rules of evidence be no less rigid than the High Court of Justice. It is my right to use those rules. I have been asked to make a statement on condonation and have declined. This is because the law, gentlemen, requires me to give an explanation only if the prosecution is able to provide a prima facie case which calls for one. If the sum total of the prosecution evidence is unsatisfactory, and I contend it is, that is an end of the matter. My defense against the complaint concerning my conduct rests solely and completely on the inability of the prosecution to prove anything against me. What you have heard during these proceedings amounts to innuendo, prejudice, a recital of past and irrelevant facts, and uninspired guesswork. It is not evidence. It is not proof of my personal involvement or condonation of a crime to which an employee of mine pleaded guilty. And unless you find the evidence produced at this hearing sufficient, you have no right in common humanity to deprive me of my livelihood. And what is more important, you have no right in law.
Hello, David.
Sack the office, boy.
Well, these days I prefer to open the mail myself.
This last week I've opened 2 or 3 of these a day as well. We shall no longer require your services on the current legal retainer. Bring out your dead.
It had to happen, David.
I haven't been found guilty yet.
Well, that seldom matters. Every man his own judge and jury. We were a good combination. Your flair for the unexpected, my rather solid and staid respectability.
Most of the people sacking us were buying the respectability.
I'm afraid so. They'll mouth the cliches about no smoke without fire.
Still doesn't alter the fact they're taking business away, and these are only the ones who bothered to write.
Henry, I'm sorry.
Don't be. I must go before Arkwright arrives. But I would like to say one thing. I appreciate the manner in which you tried to protect not only the Leeds practice, but Margaret and myself. I don't know whether you're guilty of the charge against you. I don't think about it. I do know you very well. You have never lied to me personally or professionally. As for the consequences of any actions you might have taken, for my part, I should be more than willing to share them.
Everybody's trying to save money, Charles. Once you get a scrum of well-paid bodies in court, you're on to over £1,000 a day. So we fight a paper war first. We set out what we allege in a statement of claim. The opposition stick in a defence and then come back for more particulars of our claim to find out how much we know. Then we do the same to them to make them specify the facts they're going to use against us. It's just a preliminary bout with a magnifying glass for the commas. Everybody's got inquiry agents running around, witnesses, statements, affidavits...
All right, David, I don't want to learn how to become a lawyer in one easy lesson. But I would like something to happen before I get on my feet in the House of Lords. The way things are going, George Wigg will have turned it into a bowling alley first.
Yeah, the other side seemed to be in a hurry too. That's why I wanted you here. Ogmore's due in half an hour to serve the defence personally. Thank you.
I tried to get Ernest to change his job, but he wouldn't. He was proud of what he did to earn good money. He said it separated the men from the little lads.
I've heard that before. The industrial hard man. Face workers down the pits, big spenders from the black hole at tyre factories. 10 years at top rates, and it's your lungs where you're hearing.
Will it make any odds about Ernest sometimes not wearing the earmuffs he was supposed to?
I don't know. I talked to his mates about it. Nobody can force them to.
I think you'll find the defence comprehensive, Mr. Maine. I've also brought the documents on safety and protection procedure.
Why are you in such a hurry?
I dislike this sort of litigation. I do know a good deal about it. I find it more efficient to expedite matters when I can.
Mr. Ogmore, I wonder if you could give us 20 minutes or so.
With pleasure. I have some phone calls to make. Would it be possible to use...
I'll find you an office.
Thank you.
Could you find Mr. Ogmore an office, please?
You two are becoming the best double act since Leighton and Johnson.
Not with the defence as careful as this. He doesn't need any help.
It's just like the co-op. Labour and wait.
I called you against David Maine because it was simpler than all the business of handwriting experts and to save the embarrassment of having Maine's cashier testify. You are qualified. You were the obvious witness.
Doesn't matter how dirty the linen is, provided it's private, isn't that it? Backed by absolute power, wielded absolutely. It's God with a professional qualification.
Margaret, you're being unfair.
Oh, I know, because I'm angry. It's this place makes me angry. What's it collect a year? The Law Society, I mean. Close on £1 million. And what does it spend that money on? There's a compensation fund so that clients don't suffer, a college of law, some research, examinations, standing committee on law reform, and a weekly newspaper. I would like it to concentrate more on protecting solicitors, particularly solicitors like David Maine, because this profession needs them. Oh, fine, they're unorthodox, but they push the law forward. They care about it.
Margaret, you have just made the cardinal layman's error. Above all, we are not here to coddle or whitewash the lawyer. We are here to protect the public in its own interests against any misconduct, no matter how slight the lawyer might commit.
You should have let me know. I'd have brought my library book.
My considered advice to you, Charles, is to drop the case against Barside Engineering.
Because of that bunch of papers?
That's what a judge will see and make a ruling on. In my opinion, the ruling will be against us. You want a summary?
Well, I've certainly had enough coffee.
Both sides have met all reasonable standards of conduct to prevent industrial deafness. Protection aids are provided, encouragement and advice given on how to use them. Only a small percentage of the men take advantage of this. They don't have to, not by law. There isn't any law on it, just a code of practice, recommendations, and the unions don't even push these. There's a new health and safety bill, but its provisions on deafness aren't tight enough. Any junior counsel could walk through them. Hell, even the National Insurance report on deafness is only recommendations. But where we're really nailed is on Brockford's medical history. Ogmore's proved that Brockford hadn't seen his doctor for 5 years. He wouldn't wear ear protectors and couldn't be bothered with checkups. Brockford just accepted deafness as the price for earning big money, and that's it. No negligence and goodbye.
We'll still fight it. I've seen you crack tough ones in this, David. Look, I want to make a noise about close on 750,000 people being driven deaf. And if I want to make a noise, I'm entitled to. It's my money.
Look, if you want this case as a gesture charge, you'd be better off getting the money in used fivers, tearing it up and using it as confetti from the top of the town hall.
You weren't listening to me, David. I said it's my money.
Yeah, Mrs. Brockford is my client. We'll trail her through the High Court for months. Her husband's dead and she'll live on hope, week after week, and then the hope will die. And how will she take that? Isn't one death in the family enough?
All right, David. All right.
Sorry, Charles. It's odds and probabilities you paid me for, as well as the law. Ask Mr. Ogmore to come in, will you, please? Mr. Ogmore, I'm advising Mrs. Brockford to drop the case. On receipt of an ex gratia payment, of course.
Such as?
£500?
Acceptable.
Petty cash. Doesn't change the facts, you know. Barside still made a man deaf and he still died because of it.
Lord Arkwright, do you think you're the only one who cares about industrial deafness? I see it most days. I grew up here. I don't like it either. I have to use the law on it, but I don't have to like it.
Thank you, Mr. Ogmore. If you want to recruit stuffed with facts, figures, and the law on deafness for your House of Lords campaign, Ogmore's your boy.
Mrs. Brockford still ends up with nothing?
Not while I'm representing her. We've still got William Eversley, where the law does give us a chance on negligence. I want it out of court if we can, and this is how it gets played.
The clerk of the tribunal has already written to Mr. Maine, and this telephone call is in confirmation of that letter. I'd be glad if you could see that he is reminded of both as a matter of urgency. The findings of the Disciplinary Committee will be pronounced at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
This is my solicitor, Mr. Rimsey.
We've met. Lord Arkwright?
I do.
He's not allowed here.
Oh, yes, he is. He's working for me. Mr. Clegg?
You're liable, Mr. Eversley, very liable.
Fact or theory?
Not theory. I'm an ex-cop where I recite facts like other people sing in the bath. I wore out a good pair of boots getting these. Now, I can produce 5 witnesses who'll swear that Mr. Eversley knew Ernest Brockford.
I don't deny that.
They'll also swear you knew he was deaf. 2 of them remember the time you passed on a grand national commentary as it came over the tannoy, facing him so that he could lip read.
Which contradicts what you said in coroner's court.
What's that got to do with it?
Mrs. Brockford told me you said hello to him the day he died. You knew he was there. You knew he used the back room. There was a lot of noise from alarm bells. He didn't hear any of it. You didn't warn him. That makes you guilty of negligence.
I'll be the judge of that if you don't mind.
Judge away. And while you're at it, remember the costs they threw at you last time you took me on over an insurance case.
What do you think?
Well, that's settled, William. Quick. You could do yourself a bit of good. You could get half a bar size in your shop.
What do I do? Well, these statements are true. I'd advise you to make no further comment. I'll discuss it with the insurers. Are these your instructions? Yes. And I must accept them. Much as I dislike the circumstances under which they were given. Gentlemen.
Somebody should have said foiled again, Sir Jasper. Didn't take much to him.
Join the club.
How much will it cost them?
About 3/5 of Brockford's working income based on life expectancy, around £15,000.
Insurance company money. Well, that's the outside bit they pick up the slip for. My premiums are big enough. Rimsey didn't like it.
It's tough luck.
I feel better about it anyway. And Mrs. Brockford will be pleased.
I'm glad somebody will. If there has to be a swan song, I prefer mine to be cheerful. Charles?
Good luck, David.
What was that about?
In 12 hours' time, he'll know whether he's still a solicitor or not.
The findings of this disciplinary committee have been reached only after thorough and painstaking consideration of the facts and evidence made available to us. Now, this is an allegation of professional misconduct against Mr. Maine. It arose from a tragic accident in which Mr. Maine's wife and son were killed in a collision involving a certain driver from a certain firm. It was Mr. Maine who emphasized, during cross-examination of Mr. Rimsey, that 5 other drivers from this same firm had been acquitted on similar charges. It was Mr. Maine who pointed out that in each of these cases the same analyst's department was employed. It was an employee of Mr. Maine, Walter Clegg, who pleaded guilty to the theft of a sample of blood properly belonging to the driver concerned in the death of Mr. Maine's family. It was Mr. Maine's signature on the check which paid the independent laboratory responsible for analyzing that stolen blood sample. In our view, these facts amount to a strong circumstantial case against Mr. Maine. Furthermore, and added to these circumstances, we are forced to draw certain very serious inferences from the refusal of Mr. Maine to provide any explanation for his actions. Now, here is a professional man, fully cognizant of the gravity of the complaint of misconduct against him. He was given 2 opportunities, orally and in writing, by the solicitor to the Law Society to provide an explanation. Mr. Maine declined so to do until the production of evidence. That evidence has been produced. Despite this, Mr. Maine's position and attitude remain unchanged. He declines to explain. On the vital evidence of the check used to pay the independent laboratory, Mr. Maine claimed during cross-examination of Miss Castleton that the payment was routine. Now, that claim is unsupported by the one factor which could have removed all reasonable doubt as to Mr. Maine's knowledge of the check's purpose, his own sworn word. Indeed, Mr. Maine could have put a very simple and straightforward end to these disciplinary proceedings. All that was required of him was to enter a witness box under oath and say, "I did not do it." This also Mr. Maine has declined to do. It is this sum of evidence, circumstantial evidence, and the deliberate refusal of all explanation that we find crucial in arriving at our findings. The committee find the allegation to have been substantiated, and that the respondent has been guilty of conduct unbefitting a solicitor. And the committee order that the name of the respondent, David Maine of the Boltons, London solicitor, be struck off the roll of solicitors of the Supreme Court, and that he do pay to the applicant's costs of and incidental to this application and inquiry, such costs to be taxed by one of the taxing masters of the Supreme Court.